Greetings again, everyone. We are the third group of STEM Euler, and we are going to present to you the last and most famous Filipino traditional game, also known as Piko. Piko, or also known as hopscotch, is a group name that joins all children and can be played with as many people as you want. It is played for one aim, to win a place to call one's own. The game is also known as Kip-Kip, Pikuba, Laban, and Sigking.
The origin of Piko. Piko, or hopscotch, is centuries old and dates back to the days of ancient Rome, although some believe that the Chinese created the game. Early Roman soldiers, dressed in full battle armor, were trained to hop up and down a 100-foot-long series of squares that had been scratched into the ground to improve their strength and agility. When the Roman armies took this exercise to the British Isles, children devised their own games of hopping in squares. The earliest recorded reference to the game of hopscotch was in Poor Robin's Almanac in 1677, where the game was called Scotch Hoppers. Historians who have researched hopscotch in relation to coming-of-age ceremonies believe the game has some hidden symbolism attached. The player overcomes various trials and tribulations marked with the squares and lines of the game's course. In any case, most historical accounts clearly make reference to it being challenging despite its inherent simplicity.
So the primary objective of the game Piko is to hop and skip over the box that has your pamato in it. In other words, the player must return to the base without landing on the box where the cue ball or pamato is. If the players fail to do so, the other players will be given another chance to be able to catch up.
Second, to successfully finish it without stepping on the lines or outside the lines. The pamato and the player's foot must not touch any of the lines. If the pamato or the player's foot touch the line, he or she should stop and the other player will have his turn.
It also aims to acquire as many territories in an imaginary piece of land drawn with the use of chalk or a stick.
The game is played with 2, 4, or 8 players. If 2 players are playing, diagram A is used. If 4 or 8 players, diagram B is used.
A flat stone, shell, or fruit peeling is used for pamato or an object to be thrown. The players stand behind the edge of a box and each player should throw their cue ball.
Piko or hopscotch is one of the popular street games among children. It requires a wide space for players to jump around and throw their puck or pamato, as well as a marker, usually a chalk or anything that can be used to draw lines on the concrete ground. Some children play it on plain ground and draw the marks using a stick.
Marks are drawn as boxes, in which these boxes are numbered from 1 to 10. Each player has their own individual pucks. The player who threw the puck nearest the place that they have agreed upon will play first, followed by the second, and so forth. With one leg, the players are required to jump on the boxes according to the established sequence without stepping the line or outside the pattern. The first one to complete the game will be the winner.
Materials needed for the game. The game Piko or hopscotch is a popular game played on the streets. With this fact, in order to play the game, a marker is used to draw lines on concrete ground or even loam soil, while chalk, Crayola, charcoal, and etc. is used to draw lines on the concrete ground. A stick is used to mark the lines on loam soil. The marker that will be used will depend on the desired location or area by the players.
We also need pamato when playing Piko. It could be a stone or a part of a tile or a coin or anything that is comfortable for you to use. It is usually flat and thin and is used as a marker to remember where you stopped last round. It is important that you have a pamato that you can easily control so you can bring it in your desired area and avoid escaping the round. Having the right pamato could bring you victory in this game.
Piko rules. Throw the stone on the marked area. Try to aim for number 5. The player whose stone is the nearest to the number 5 is the first to play, and the one who is furthest is the last one. The first player will throw the stone at the first box. Then, he will jump across the area without stepping in the first box. Before he returns, he should pick up his stone without jumping on the first box.
If the player's body touches the line, it will be a turn for another player to play. So, a player must have to wait until the next turn to try again. The one to complete the last final box will be declared as the winner.
Now for the values. Through this game, children will be able to gain more friends and build a strong camaraderie among their playmates. It will also boost up their self-esteem, and spirit of sportsmanship will likewise be developed. It is one way where we can instill patriotism for them, and they can be proud of this game because it was once played by their forefathers, handed down from generation to generation, which is now part of the rich Filipino heritage.
Also, one of the values of this game is patience. This is a game where everyone has the chance to play or take their turn, so you need to wait for your time or turn to play. Piko will definitely test your patience as a player. And lastly, one of the values of this game is determination. This game needs a lot of determination for you to be able to retrieve the stone while playing. You need to be determined in playing in order to reach your goal, which is the retrieval of stone.
Piko, which is a Philippine variation of the game hopscotch, may be mistaken for a girls' game since it is mostly played by girls, but it's actually a game for all. It is a game that can be played by many people, and it is also a game that requires balance to jump through the boxes without falling or stepping on the lines, and accuracy to properly throw the marker inside the box. When playing this game, you could also make some variations to make it more challenging, just like changing the layout of the game and setting a specific time for each player's turn.
Piko is a very exciting and an interesting game. Similar to the idea of Smith 2016, this aids in the development of body control in children. Hopscotch also teaches children on how to control their body rhythm, which is very important for variety of other skills. And of course, these movements helps to improve body power, balance, and eye-hand coordination. For young children, it's a fantastic social campfire.